All right, before we get too deep in the weeds here, let's get a little update. So, there's your water pump pulley that I pulled off. That was shaking quite a bit. The crank balancer, harmonic balancer, they call it, dampener, but essentially it's your crank pulley. That was bouncing quite a bit, and I've been told once it starts bouncing, it starts to warp a little bit, and just put a new one on there. You don't know. This seal seems to be pretty good, but it is leaking a little bit at the bottom, and I can tell, there's some wet spots down here at the bottom of the block. So I think I'm going to replace that seal. They say you have to have a bearing puller. I don't know about that. We'll see. I'm doing everything so stupidly. Maybe I might start following some of this other advice here instead of doing it the old redneck way. Power steering pump pulley, and I rattle that thing, and it is good. And since it leads right off of the crank, it's really nice and smooth and tight, and it's not spinning freely. I'm thinking about just not even messing with it, cleaning it up nice, but just leaving it on there. The only belt that was bouncing was the supercharger belt. The serpentine belt inside, I remember it was smooth as a baby's butt, and I don't know how that's possible because this pulley was not too bad, where your shroud fan would go. I've got an electric fan, but the tensioner pulley was absolutely shot. I'll show you the tensioner pulley here. Oh my God, it jiggled badly. Give it the old spinorama. Boy, that thing's shot. So I'm just gonna get a whole new tensioner there. I saw Menace with that tensioner rebuild kit. I might talk to him and see what it's been like, how the rebuild has been, as opposed to getting a whole new thing, just rebuilding it. And here's the big boy. This is the mystery piece. That's impossible. Dynan says they don't have it in their catalog or their database anywhere. So that's kind of disconcerting. 6 rib, that's a one piece for an AC belt and your supercharger. I believe that's 5. Let's go ahead. I believe it's 5.5 inches. Right across the dead center there. It is not. That is 5 and I want to call it 5 1/4, 5 3/8. Yeah, I think I've seen some of that online. It's 5 and 1, 2, 3, 5 3/8. That's what it is, not 5.5. And then that's your supercharger for your crank. And then here's got this freaking supercharger halfway out. But that's like 3 and that's like 3.5. Anyways, that's a freaking Dynan number on there too. Let's spin this spinny boy right up here. There's another part number that they don't have. So I don't know how that's possible. Those are D's. They're obviously Dynan parts. So I've gone on the forums and they have the same frustration. So this is the harmonic balancer here. So we're gonna buy a new one of these. And there's your guiding pin that goes in your crankshaft. Here's my idler. Look at that spinny boy. So the idler is just absolutely shot. So yeah, getting all new shit here. Let's take a quick look at the supercharger before I absolutely take this whole thing apart. All right, oil line on the bottom. Jesus. Oil line on the bottom. Right there. Boom. Disconnect that. Rather reconnect that. Don't twist that thing in there. I think they've got, it looks like plumber's tape, Loctite or something. And then you just got to take the bracket off, and that bracket goes up there. And you got some brackets there. Oh, you got another vacuum line. And we've got another vacuum line at the very bottom that goes to the oil dipstick. And then one line right there. And take this whole freaking thing off. And we'll leave that on there. That should be good.